Unleash the Kraken! Ladies and gentle mages, civilians across the multiverse, welcome back to another episode with ManaMan. Today, we will be unleashing the Kraken. That is right, we have the almighty Hullbreaker Horror in all of his Kraken fashion. This card is going to single-handedly warp this format in terms of control, because the big thing about Hullbreaker Horror is this spell cannot be countered. Wow. Now, what does that mean? That means in mirror matches between control decks, this is going to be the win condition, straight up. I mean, if it has flash and it can't be countered. Anytime you have two control decks going up against one another, it's going to be who drops the Hullbreaker Horror first. As soon as you drop it, anytime you cast a spell, doesn't matter what it is, anytime you cast any spell, you'll be able to return target spell you don't control to its owner's hand, or return target non-land permanent to its owner's hand. You can do anything you want with this card. This card is amazing. We are going to be running this alongside its counterpart, the 7-drop Cyclone Summoner. This card is a wizard, not a Kraken, but it's still very devastating. When it enters the battlefield, if you cast it from your hand, which we will be doing, you get to return all permanents to their owner's hands except for giants, wizards, and lands. So that means Cyclone Summoner will be staying while your opponent's permanents will be leaving. They'll go back to their hand, and we will have a Cyclone Summoner staring at our opponent right in the face. This card, why are we running? So I guess the question would be, why are we running Cyclone Summoner and Hullbreaker Horror? The answer is very simpler. It's Summoner simpler. The Cyclone Summoner is better against aggro, while Hullbreaker Horror is better against mid-range and control. The Cyclone Summoner is your answer to go against a really wide board, and you can just drop this puppy and then it'll just send everything back to your hand, slowing down aggro dead in its tracks. So that is the reason why we go ahead and run Cyclone Summoner and Hullbreaker Horror in the same deck. Going from left to right, we do have the Fading Hope. I run this in every blue deck. There's just really no other reason to not run it in fours, because you return target creature to its owner's hand and you get a scry. There's so many tokens in this format, they just get rid of them. It's literally a kill spell for one against any token. Anything else, you just bounce it and you get that scry on top. The scry is just too good to ignore. We do have the Jaspera Sentinel, the elf rogue with reach. That sneaky reach does come in handy a lot more than you would think. And then obviously we just get to tap and then tap creature you control for adding 1. Adding mana is really good because we need to get to our big boys, our Cyclone Summoners and our Hullbreaker Horrors. Next, we do have in the 2-hole, we have the Prosperous Innkeeper. When Prosperous Innkeeper enters the battlefield, create a treasure token. Whenever another creature enters the battlefield under your control, you gain 1 life. The gaining 1 life is going to be really crucial against aggro, because we're going to need to save as much face as possible. That 1 life per each creature that enters the battlefield for us is going to go a long way, because this deck can be a little slow, so it will help a lot. We do have Root Coil Keeper. We get to add 1 mana of any color, and then you get to do some fun stuff with the graveyard. If you're spending mana for the graveyard, you get to add 2. And then the last ability, you can return target card with flashback you own from exile to your hand. We are only running 1. It's the Memory Deluge. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. Half these cards I probably don't need to pronounce correctly, but oh well. But then we do, like I said, we do have the Root Coil Creeper and the Prosperous Innkeeper. Sorry, that's kind of a tongue twister there. For the 2 holes, in order to get to our 4 drops faster. If you notice, we are not running a single 3-drop, and that is by design, because we are going to be ramping and then hopefully skipping our turn 3 into turn 4. So we do have the Inscription of Insight. Again, all these tongue twisters, oh my goodness. Inscription of Insight, kicker, we do have kicker 4, but you can choose 1 if the spell is kicked. Return up to 2 target creatures to their own opponent's hands, scry 2, draw 2, or create an XX blue illusion creature token where X is the number of cards in their hand. We do have this card because, again, we do struggle a little bit versus aggro decks, so the bouncing 2 creatures does help a lot. It goes a long way. You'll see this deck struggles a little bit versus all-out aggro, just like mono red and everything, just absolutely gets a hold of us pretty quickly. We do have the Memory Deluge. It has nice synergy with the Root Coil Keeper, and you get to dig deep into your deck. That's pretty great. Azika's Chariot is one of the best green cards in the format, so obviously we will be running 3. and its natural counterpart, the Ren and 7, also known as Ren and Stimpy. You get to create the Tree Folk token for the -3 and the reach and the creature's power toughness equal to the number of lands you control, and then the Chariot allows you to duplicate that token. It's just wonderful. You have to run it. They're duo made in heaven. The Quandrix Cultivator is another tongue twister. My goodness, this should have been labeled. This deck should have been called Tongue Twister, but anyway, this is just really simple. You just put it out there and you get another basic forest or land. Nothing too pretty, nothing too crazy. Just a very solid card, and we're going to need lots of mana for this deck. We do have the Imrith Desert Doom. I'm not sure why it's called Desert Doom. Desert screams like red or white. I don't know why. I don't know. Maybe I'm missing something, but we do have a beautiful alternate art Imrith Desert Doom. It has war as long as it's untapped, and we're going to be swinging, and when it deals combat damage to a player, draw a card. Then if you have fewer than 3 cards in the hand, draw a card equal to the difference. This card is amazing. It just has the ward for 4, just pretty much means hexproof in most situations. And look at that art. It's just beautiful. We're going to go ahead and run it. Over here with the land, we do have the Hall of the Storm Giants and the Lair of the Hydra, because we have all the land in the world. So this will not be very laborsome to get out these mana creatures. So we're going to go ahead and run those bad boys. We got 7 islands, 5 forests, 4 Bark Channel Pathways. Look at that art. Amazing. And 4 Dreamroot Cascades. This is what the deck will look like. As you see, it's made to go deeper into the game to drop the Hullbreaker Horror and the Cyclone Summoner versus aggro. Hopefully we get our matchups synced in correctly. Other than that, I think that we are ready to go into the arena. So without further ado, let's get ready to vanquish some enemies. Dive-In Scorpion. I bet I'm playing against Demir. It has to be, right? Because Dive-In's water, Scorpion's kind of poisony. I'll be disappointed if we're not. Anyway, let's go ahead and keep this. Looks pretty decent to me. Drop the Sentinel. We've already got a Kraken. Oh, look at it in all the glory. Nothing too fancy here. Let's go ahead and drop the Sentinel. Drop an island here, and next turn we can set up for a Cultivator. I just want to get into this Hullbreaker Horror as fast as humanly possible. That's it. Thalia. We're not running too many non-creature spells, so this shouldn't be too irksome. Let's go ahead and play down the pretty forest. And the Cultivator is getting dropped. Here we go. Wham, bam, jam. Let's go ahead and snag an island. Looking pretty good. Ramping up pretty quick. Don't think we'll have enough for the Hullbreaker Horror on next turn, but that's okay. They're going to go ahead and bump you. Okay, so we're all right. We're looking pretty good. Dive-In Scorpion's not running Demir like I had hoped, or thought at least. So that is okay. We do drop the Root Coil Keeper. And hopefully next turn we can drop something a little juicy. I'm almost thinking about swinging with the Cultivator. Just get some damage off, because if they want to double block, they're going to have to lose the Aspirant. I think I'm okay with that, because... There we go. Quandrix acts as a vanilla. As soon as you get that trigger off to get the basic forest or land, it's pretty much just a vanilla. So I'm okay with swinging and risking their life. Sounds awful, but it is what it is. Clarion Spirit, welcome to the party. Please do not drop another one. Oh, you're gonna get a little spirit in the air. Are you gonna give it to Thalia? Yeah. Nice and annoying. That first strike. Oof. No? Thought better about it, huh? Okay. So now we do have enough mana for the almighty Hullbreaker Horror. But we can't really do anything past that, so I think I'm just gonna pass turn. I'm definitely passing turn, and we're going to unleash the Kraken. I can't wait. I don't think they're gonna be able to answer it, especially on their own turn. No way. Okay, so drop the Skyclave. Get rid of the Cultivator. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Goodbye. I'm assuming they'll just put it back on the Thalia. Just make this the biggest Thalia Guardian of Thraben I have ever seen. And they're not. They're gonna go with Clarion Spirit. Okay, you better be... Oh, you better be careful. You're tapped out. You are tapped out. You do realize that. And we have a Hullbreaker Horror. Unleash the Kraken! So let's go ahead and get rid of you. Boom! Yeah, that Kraken's pretty big. Now we just have a 7-8. Oh my goodness. Now we just, to add insult to injury, we have a Cyclone Summoner. I'm trying to think, we should just drop the Cyclone Summoner. Oh my, this is just... Or do we drop the Deluge and just... I'm just gonna do this, right? I mean, let's go ahead and swing with the Hullbreaker Horror. Swing out, so we're dropping the Cyclone Summoner. This is just gonna get ugly. Well, these will die, right? So let's go ahead and do this. This is gonna get ugly for our opponent very quickly. They're gonna chump block, save a little damage, let the Root Coil through, and we're gonna drop this big fat Cyclone Summoner. Bam. It doesn't matter. Whatever we're doing. We don't want to do this because that would get rid of our token. Ironically, done. Yeah. Bam. So now we get our Hullbreaker Horror back. We've got a 4/4 and a 7/7, and our opponent is sitting there with 4 mana. 4 white mana. I don't think white weenies really want to be in this situation. So let's go ahead and see what they do. Monk of the Open Hand. Might need a little more firepower than that. They know. Oh, Brutal Cathara. Okay. Okay. So you got a little bit of fight left in you. We're going to take our Summoner. Oh my goodness, we have another Summoner. That's actually really hilarious. We can't actually play the Hullbreaker Horror or Cyclone Summoner here. So that's interesting. Do I want to go Creeper, or 2 Sentinels? As long as with the Deluge. We do want to get our land drop here, so we do just want to activate this as a sorcery speed. So we'll activate this on our turn. 2 of them into our hand. Well, we'll just get the land here. So we'll be able to play the Deluge anyway. So it doesn't really help us. Let's play that. Creeper. Sentinel. And let's go ahead and take a swing at their face. Because we are ahead, so we're applying the pressure. Nothing wrong with swinging. 10 to 15. Diving Scorpion's turn. They know that we're sitting on a Hullbreaker Horror. They don't know we have another Cyclone Summoner. And they're just going to pass turn. That's pretty weak. That's pretty weak. I know the Moonrage Brute does go night. It does become the red werewolf. But I fear for you because it's just not going to be enough. They don't know that we're packing the Cyclone Summoner. Unless white has a counterspell that I'm just not aware of, I'm pretty sure this is going to resolve. You're going to get another Cyclone Summoner. Hello, we got both of them now. The Cyclone Brothers, here they are. Drop the Sentinel for funsies, pretty much, at this point. Pass turn. It will go Daybound, as if that is relevant to anything. Who knows? So another Skyclave Apparition. I mean, that's just for mana 4 or less, so they're going to be able to grab the Sentinel, and that's it. I don't know if our opponent knew that or not. Yeah, they did not. Good game. Oh, let's see if I can get this right. Kuro Mitakina Kamodi. I'm not going to try it again, but I think that was an okay attempt. Welcome to the Thunderdome. Lair of the Hydra. Wow, that's like I guess I never really looked at it. I didn't even notice that the tree was like Hydra branches. That's really cool. Drop the Sentinel. Pass turn. Unfortunately, there's nothing else to play to spruce up the Sentinel. We do get our good friend, the Hullbreaker Horror, and all of its horror. Just go ahead and drop this. We'll peck you up for 1. Peck, peck. Hey, 1 damage, better than no damage. Faceless Haven. Alrighty, alrighty. Ranger class, create a wolfie. Ooh. Where does that wolf get the armor? They don't have thumbs. You know what I mean? Like, they don't have thumbs. Who made that? Nah, I'm calling BS on that. Let's go ahead, pass turn. Don't hurt me too bad. I'm just a poor little sentinel. Don't hurt me, Wolfie. You've got teeth and claws and armor somehow. Okay. Really? If I had another land, I would definitely double block. I'm not going to, because I need to definitely get this chariot out. Ooh, okay. So we got the werewolf pack leader. So this is gonna be fun. We've got werewolves, wolf and a werewolf, and we've got some kitty cats. Come on, kitty cats. Meow. Alrighty. Werewolves versus kitty cats. Hopefully the Hullbreaker Horde, hopefully the Kraken can come out while the kitty cats and the wolves are playing. For the Kraken to come out, that's kind of the idea here. But for now, we've got kitty cats and wolves. They're like de facto dogs. Okay, here we go, another wolf. And they're not going to swing. Okay, my turn. We do get another forest. So it's juicy. That's some juicy fruit right there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We are 1 short of a monstrous Kraken dropping. Let's go ahead and just pass turn. Keep the Fading Hope. We gotta keep the hope with the Fading Hope. Maybe it was better to swing and then use the Fading Hope offensively. Who knows? Let's see what they do here. Old Growth Troll. That's a good card. I don't want them drawing. I don't want them playing anything either. What are you going to do with that? Another Sculptor winner. So at this point, we're definitely going to be better off playing Cyclone Summoner. I don't think they're swinging. Wouldn't be very smart. Should we use Fading Hope just to scry? I think we should, because we really need to get this land. So scrying 1's going to do a lot here. Let's go ahead and get rid of you, because it doesn't... Well, let's just you. And we do get a forest. That will be nice. We're actually low on blue sources, but it's not going to matter, because we have the Sentinel to create 1 mana of any color. So that is beautiful right there. Let's drop the Cyclone Summoner. As I was saying in the intro, this card is much better versus aggro because you get to do the whole field. This card is much better versus control and mid-range. Let's tap, tap. And sayonara everything. Look how, oh my gosh. It's such a powerful effect. Look at that. Now we got a big Cyclone Summoner. 7/7. And they've got all of this. They can go ahead and storm the field here quite well. I don't think it'll be powerful enough. Got a Memory Deluge that we can't even play. So let's go Sentinel. And a Chariot. Now that Cyclone Summoner is out, this card is basically just a vanilla. Do I want to swing here? They could trade all 3 of these for the Summoner. I don't even... Would they do that? Let's do it. Because anything they play that's big, like this Troll, will have Summoning Sickness. So they're going to trade. Wow. Okay, that's fine with me. Like I said, after the Cyclone Summoner comes out on the field, it just turns into a big 7/7 vanilla with nothing else to offer. The Hullbreaker Horde is much different. I love these 2 cards. They contrast with each other so well. Gonna go ahead and drop the Rangers class. Okay. The Innkeeper, oh my. So we still can't play the Hullbreaker Horror. Do we want to play the Deluge? Let's go ahead and play the Deluge. Let's go ahead and... We just need some land here. Let's get you. And another Cyclone Summoner, wow. So that'll be enough for some blue mana. Go and establish some blue. Innkeeper. Sentinel. And do we want to use the Chariot offensively? Let's do it, because then we'll even get a little bit of life from the Innkeeper when we duplicate this token. So let's go ahead and swing with the Chariot. We will get to target a token and duplicate it, and I'm trying to think, do I even want the treasure? I'm thinking we do the treasure. Nah, let's do the Mancoon. I'm just a sucker for a little bit of life gain versus aggro. They're gonna trade. I'm okay with the trade here. As long as we can alleviate pressure, then in the long run we're gonna be fine, because this Hullbreaker Horror is gonna just accrue too much value. And Kura, Mitu, Kina, Kamadi will be through. Drop another troll. Oh, you have a Chariot of your own. See, that's not right. You can't have wolves and kitty cats. What the heck? Do they not fight in your deck? Surely they gotta fight in your deck, right? My turn. Let's go ahead and get some more blue online. Do I want to establish Hullbreaker? See, was it better off making an extra token? I don't know, because... Well, let's go ahead and expend this. So we can play this Cyclone Summoner. Everything will go bye-bye. We'll gain a life, which is nice. Woo! Powerful. They're probably getting sick of that. It's not over yet. We are looking good, but it's not over. They can still throw some powerful spells down. And Ezekia's and a troll. It is pretty powerful. Nothing to laugh at. We do get an Emerith. Okay. So a Hullbreaker Horror on their end step. And we could tap this, but then this has to be at sorcery. I'm trying to think if there's any way. If we put the Hullbreaker Horror in danger, if they have like a Blizzard Brawl or something, we could always... I don't think so, because we could always just play... It's close. It's dangerously close, folks. Let's play the Innkeeper. We're not ready to drop the Kraken. We're not ready to unleash the Kraken. Prosperous Innkeeper. Shot the Emerith. Desert Doom. Oh my. Would you look at that animation? How sick is that? How absolutely just sick is that? Let's go ahead and tap the Innkeeper for another Sentinel, because we don't want to tap Emerith. Emerith, if you're not sure what Ward does, Ward gives you de facto hexproof. I call it de facto because you can pay 4 to target it, but otherwise you have to pay 4. So it's basically like a de facto hexproof. We'll go and pass turn, and next turn will be the turn, hopefully, we can unleash our secret weapon. Ascendant Pack Leader. Uvenvald Oddity, okay. This card is scary. And another old growth troll. Woo-wee! That's a scary board. This is where the men are made and the titans are founded. Attack on Titan reference, I suppose. So we can drop a Hullbreaker Horror. I don't think they have reach, right? No reaches. At their step. 1, 2, 3. So, okay. Let's go ahead, swing with the Desert Doom. Don't think we got any sneaky reaches. No sneaky reach. We'll be able to draw a card here. Alrighty. On the next, so maybe not as sorcery speed, because if we drop this, I'm just worried about a Blizzard Brawl, I suppose. If we drop this, we could tap everything. Let's do it. Let's do it. We need to get rid of this Uvenvald Oddity. We're going to play this at sorcery speed. We're going to gain a life. We're going to play this Chariot. We're going to tap everything. Oh, yeah, you. And we're going to be able to... This is going to be so potent. If we can just survive one more turn, it is over. So we're going to return target non-land permanent to its owner's hand. We're going to get rid of this thing because they're going to be able to transform and give everything else +1/+1 and trample and haste. So we got to get rid of the Uvenvald Oddity. Gotta get rid of that. We're going to get the Azeka's Chariot out. We'll get 2 more life. Hullbreaker Horror will survive. And this is our secret to the victory. So we can just survive. The Hullbreaker Horror can just survive. We'll be able to get so much value and just start bouncing all their things. And the Kraken will take every ship in the ocean. I assure you. Dog, cat, human, alien, Uvenvald Oddity, Ascendant Pack Leader, whatever they have, it doesn't matter. They're not going to have enough mana to be able to transform. As long as we can keep this gigantic beast horror at bay, we shall be fine. It's an expensive price to swing if you want to. You're going to swing into this horror. They know that they have to swing. I think they obviously know they have to swing here. Because as long as we have this Kraken out, we're cracking their skull. So they know. They know that they have to do something aggressive and borderline suicidal here. Oh, that's good. They're going to save the Chariot. Create another kitty cat. What do we want to do? Pass the blockers. I'm blocking you because you are the most dangerous threat on this entire board. Do you want to just chump? I think we just want to chump because we're just trying to buy time. I know it seems a little weird because the Memory Deluge will be able to get us a lot of value back here. I think we should do this. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. So they hit us for a decent amount there. I forgot how much. Oh, that island is not good. We do have the Deluge, so it's not the end of the world. But yeah, ooh, wish we had a little bit more here. We can cast this at instant speed. It's gonna, whatever comes back is gonna have sickness anyway, so we can go ahead and do this. And we just need anything but land. Return target non-land permanent. I almost want to do this because they'll be able to cast something, but I want them to sink the mana into it as well. What do we want to bounce? You're kind of scary. Let's go... let's go Chariot, maybe? They get 2 creatures back that way. You're not big enough. Let's just take a Troll. I mean, that's just... I don't think it matters that much. So let's go ahead and grab you. Put 2 of them into your hand. Oh, they know. It's just going to be too much. All hail the Kraken! Mr. Zippers. Love it. Mr. Zippers, I've come to zip or unzip your zipper. I don't know. Do you like your zipper up or down? I mean, I don't really know what you like. Whatever you don't like, I'm going to do. So no creature yet. We'll go ahead and drop the Forest. We don't have anything we can play without Fading Hope. Kind of relying on our opponent to play something. We're looking probably like, is it? is it or mono blue, but most likely is it. Gonna go ahead and foretell an Alrund's Epiphany, most likely, which is our deck's. There it is. There's the red. And we've got nothing to play. This is, I mean, we're getting pretty unlucky here. We've got absolutely nothing to play. And they're just gonna go ahead and tuck their Alrund's Epiphany into their shoulder. Prismari command. Create a treasure token. Gonna fix their hand a little bit. I wish we had a Prismari command. Very badly. The treasure token, they're going to go ahead and ramp up. It's like, well, we're trying to ramp up. They're trying to ramp up. And something just tells me they're going to be more successful than us. Let's drop the Dreamroot Cascade. Drop the Ren and Stimpy. Pray that they don't have... I mean, I don't even know. I think I would rather them counter this because it's better than an Alrund's. Not a counter, but it works almost the same. Divide by 0. One of the most irksome cards in the entire game. Hopefully we can go to Hullbreaker Horror. Hullbreaker Horror brings Izzet to their knees. So hopefully we can snag one of those. Izzet falls to their knees against the Hullbreaker Horror. We're just getting flooded with land. There's, I mean, not much we can do here. Drop the Ren in 7. Highly doubt it's going to get resolved without a Divide or a Saw It Coming. So we get an unexpected windfall instead. No counters. This does resolve. We don't need land. We need creatures. So let's go ahead and drop this.
They prepare for war.
I'm sure it's going to get Fading Hoped or something. It doesn't, actually. That's good. Battle of Frost deals 4 damage to each non-creature. Oh, and the Planeswalker. Okay, I was going to say, why are you casting this? It's a little weird. Alrighty. So it's going to get rid of the Ren and Stimpy.
Will be overrun.
Is that it? Okay. Okay. Not too bad. Go ahead and drop. What are we doing here? We need, I don't really know what we need. We'll go ahead and just drop it for blue. Doesn't matter a ton here. I'm trying to think if we want to just drop the Ren and 7 again. Or do we want to keep it for the Memory Deluge? We'll go ahead and swing out. See if they go ahead and activate something. They're going to go ahead and Fading Hope. If we activate Ren and 7, draw 2 cards, then just cut a card. I don't really want that to go through. So we go ahead and let that go bye-bye. I think we go ahead and drop the Cyclone Summoner, because this will get rid of the Celestis and the Battle of Frost and Fire. So let's go ahead and try. Get rid of, and then that'll also get rid of 2 of their treasure tokens. That actually goes a long way, because you're getting rid of 2 mana. So I think that's the best move we could do. Probably still going to drop an Epiphany on our head. So, okay. Another iteration. I'm really expecting an Epiphany here. I think they're a little gun-shy about playing it because they don't have any other board presence. So this Cyclone Summoner really, probably, really did them in. So that's pretty great. Is this... I mean, I wasn't feeling good with the Epiphany that they foretold, that I'm assuming, but I'm feeling okay right now. They're going to go ahead and activate the command to fix their hand by drawing 2, discarding 2, and create another treasure token. Oh, how I wish Fading Hope could get tokens out of here, but it cannot, unfortunately. So we are going to get to swing here. Do we drop the Immorth or the Ren and 7? If I drop the Ren and 7, they have to deal with 2 things rather than 1. And this has more power anyway, so I think we're going to nominate Ren and Stimpy. They are tapped out except for a treasure, so we can just go ahead and do whatever we want here. And swing with a Cyclone Summoner. Yeah, we got reach here, so we can take care of some stuff. This is a nail biter because if they go ahead and activate Alrund's Epiphany, they don't have much. Oh my goodness. So they were saving the Epiphany for the Galvanic iteration, naturally. So they're gonna go ahead and get 4 birds in 2 turns. I think that's pretty much it, to be honest with you. I don't think we can recover from this, especially if they have any other bomb spells. So while they are tapped out, I suppose you'd say tapped out, we'll activate the Fading Hope. Get rid of 2 of these birds and scry for hopefully what would be an answer. Island's not going to do much, so we'll get rid of that. We'll go ahead and Fading Hope another birdie. The Inscription of Insight, we're just kind of begging for Hullbreaker Horror. I mean, this is a good card. It would, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 with the Return 2, that doesn't do anything. Scry 2 doesn't do anything much. I guess we're just kind of gambling. I guess we just need the Hullbreaker Horror. So pretty much Hullbreaker Horror or bust. If they have another Epiphany, that's going to be game over anyway. There's just nothing we can do at that point. Because they're going to get another turn after this. Unfortunately, without counters, this deck is just going to just get mauled. Absolutely mauled to death by Izzet. They got the Galvanic. They won't be able to use Epiphany. I'm assuming the Demon Bolt. I was kind of expecting the Divide by 0, but okay, the Demon Bolt does still work. They're going to go ahead and get rid of the Ren and Stimpy with the swinging of the birds. Divide by 0 on the Cyclone. What will they learn? They're going to get a lesson to their hand. I'm assuming it would be like a mascot. No. Teaching of the Archaics? What are you going to learn? Which lesson do they have? Introduction to Prophecy. That's the lesson they chose. I guess that's pretty good. They are digging for an answer, so
We did not.
I guess it would have been better for the Imrith because the Ward 4 would have really went a long way here. So they do get another turn, and hopefully they don't have another Epiphany. No Epiphany. No Epiphany, and we're actually in a good shape. God, this is brutal. So they're going to go ahead and get 4 treasure tokens. Another Epiphany, and that's game over. God. Oh my god. We don't have any other option than just to play the Cyclone Summoner and just pray it gets rid of the birds and the treasure tokens. But if they drop another Epiphany here, that's going to be a good game. Mr. Zipper, your zipper is strong. I could not budge that sucker. And they're going to pass turn. I'm assuming they've got a Divide by 0 or something. There's no way they let the Cyclone Summoner resolve, right? Are they just doing a nasty slow roll? A nasty slow roll into another Aldrin's Epiphany here would just be disgusting and cruel. Oh, they did it! They did it. You know, I mean, the game's over. But, I mean, we're just going to sit here and frown and cry a little bit. This is just so unnecessary. Really? Alright. Gain 1 life. Draw a card. Discard a card. We're going to play it out. The game is probably over, but who knows? Stop being negative, Nancy, too early. Do you have another one? How many do they have? 2. There's 2, right? Yeah, 2. Well, then technically 3 with the iteration, so that's why it was... In my brain, it was 3, so... Come on. Don't do it. Don't do it. No! No! What in the world? I mean, how many cards do they have in their deck? 26, and they drew 3 of their... Oh my gosh. That is game. Kira Kira! Ooh, that's a tasty hand. Go ahead and keep that. Kira Kira. I believe Kira was, what, the water mage for Avatar? I believe so, anyway. We'll go ahead and go Tide Channel Pathway. I think that is the way of the path. And this Fading Hope in this episode has just been really underutilized. We're always facing blue. And Fading Hope doesn't do much, if at anything at all, against blue. So we go ahead and get another Izzet matchup. What do we want to do here? Dreamroot Cascade. I think we should go... Don't have any other mana sources, so that's really scary. This does apply the same amount of pressure as the Chariot, in all honesty, so let's go ahead and do this. Gain a life, as if that matters. What do we have? Let's go ahead and grab some blue. Swing out, and okay. So this is against Izzet. We're facing a lot of Izzet today. We need, because I'm assuming they're foretelling Alrund's Epiphany, and once Alrund Epiphany goes off, I can pretty much assure you it's game over. So we need to kill them rather quickly. This would just make what, a 4, that's not good. So let's go ahead and go Chariot. Gain some life. Wish we were playing against aggro. This would be a really good start against aggro. Which we are not. We need to kill Kira very quickly. Egg. Okay. We will be able to Fading Hope this, hopefully. Get another island. I'm not even going to mess around because I just want to swing at them. I don't even want this to exist any longer than it needs to. So let's go ahead and just Fading Hope it. They might counter it, but let's try. Oh, okay. There we go. Let's scry away the Memory Deluge. Let's go ahead and activate Chariot. Your Chariot awaits. Look at these little kitty cats. I wonder if those are Maine Coons, right? Those are the ones with like the big beards. The Maine Coons, I think they're called. Go ahead and swing in. Create another Maine Coon, I'm assuming. Boom, boom, boom. And then we'll be able to drop a Memory Deluge. Or should we absolutely just go for lethal here? I think we should just go for lethal. And just act as an aggro deck, even though our deck's not aggro whatsoever. Yeah, let's go ahead and do it. Can they swipe the whole field? This would create a 2. Oh, I'm a little gun shy because if they have the two damage sweeper, that would be catastrophic. So I'm not going to do that if they sweep the board here. Oh, wow. Deal 5 damage. So they do sweep the board. So activating the Inscription of Insight would have been catastrophic. I would have burned down my house. I don't even have a house. I would have burned down something. Let's go ahead and activate the Memory Deluge. Get another one. I mean, okay. Guess it's better than nothing. I wonder if we should just create something on the field, or should we just scry 2, draw 2? Let's go ahead and just scry 2, draw 2. Create a, yeah, because we can't really create a 4/4 for the Chariot, so we do have to scry 2 and then draw 2, unfortunately. Get rid of these 2. Ah, the Innkeeper's something. That burned down the house, really burned our house down. I do like this card because it's never dead. You can either deal 5 if you're on the defensive to eat everything and crush everything, or you can create 3/1/1 red devil tokens with haste. So that's really good. I'm a real big fan of this card, even though I have not utilized it in any of my videos yet. We get hit with a double Epiphany. Oh my god, the double Epiphany? Goldspan Dragon. They're gonna leave a birdie behind. Holy Moses. Where is the Hullbreaker Horror? Hullbreaker Horror absolutely crushes, is it? And we cannot find the Hullbreaker. That's a summoner, that's better. Better than nothing, I can't complain. That is pretty good. So let's go ahead and drop the Cyclone Summoner. Don't counter. I forget they can divide by 0 now with the Goldspan Dragon, giving this 2, so they would be able to drop. Ooh, and they go ahead and do it. Okay. Not bad. Not bad. They've already exhausted, what, 2 Epiphanies? 2. So the likelihood that they have one more in their 44 cards here, relatively low. Are they going to drop a Goldspan? They are. They're going to drop the Goldspan Dragon. make a little gold with this treasure. Hit me. Hit me, baby, one more time. I wonder if I can inscription insight here. This would be enough for lethal, so I'm gonna activate this. Hold on, let's get tricky here. If they have a counter spell, it would be better to activate the chariot first, so if they counter this, I can use the inscription to go for lethal. So let's go for chariot here. And they let it go. Okay. Inscription of insight. Say that 5 times fast. Return 2 target creatures. Let's go ahead and... come on. Come on. They do get another treasure source. Wow, that's going to be a good game. Alright, I got to hit you with the GGs. Maybe. Unless they're slow rolling. Cyclone Summoner for the win. Good game, Kira Kira. That was a good one. Wow. And ammonium. Oh, wow. I didn't even know... Wow, I didn't even know you could do the either AE on this. I've never seen that before. Honestly to God, did not even know you could do that. That is very cool. I didn't even know you could do that. Wow. Sorry, I'm just a little starstruck right now. Drop the Lair of the Hydra. Pass turn. We got a nice creeper next turn. That was quick. No 1-drop for a mountain? Alrighty. You'd love to see the Lair of the Hydra and the Hall of the Storm Giants back to back. Turn 1, turn 2. Very strong, as is our deck. So it is it? Mono red isn't being played much these days. Kind of weak. So go ahead and Dragon's Fire our precious keeper. It's okay. We have a Sentinel. Kind of hope they use resources on the Sentinel because it's not very relevant right now. We'll be able to play a Cultivator next turn. Maybe. You never like looking at blue. Untapped blue, at least. Because that means we're going to get countered. But we must try. We're going to go Cultivator or save it for a Deluge. We'll go Cultivator. If you've got the counter, good for you. They do have the counter, okay. We do have a pesky one. Hey, damage is damage. 20 turns, we can pop them for lethal. So, I mean, they have to deal with this. So I am not playing this. I'm going to swing in because I do not want to get this countered. If they counter this, gosh, we are looking just so awful. Should I? Should I? What are we thinking here? I think if they do, then they still burned a counter spell, and then we'll have run in 7. And if they just have 3 counter spells, they just had a better hand. Like they just have it. Like there's nothing we can do. This is the play that we have to make. If it was ever relevant, so they just have to divide by 0. Okay, so they do get to burn. We have to burn their answers here. So they do get an egg. And they cast the teachings of the Archaics. Oh my goodness. I mean, you gotta be kidding me. We just cannot get the land. Oh my gosh. This is the play. I mean, this is the turn that we would have to do this. Unfortunate. Okay, let's go ahead and drop the Deluge. We need a blue mana. Okay, so we get... I'm just gonna grab 2 mana. Keep calling these bad boys mana. The land. We'll go ahead and bounce the egg, because I don't want this thing to grow. Ditch the keeper. Pop for 1. I would say... I would give us like a 10% chance to win here, because... You know they've got the Epiphany. They never just don't have it. Another egg. They're going to go ahead and sit. Alrighty. We'll go ahead and drop another island. We don't quite have enough. I would eat my hat, even though I don't have a hat. I guess the only thing we're praying for is if they have a Jawari Ruin, we have the extra 1 to pay for it. So, go ahead and drop Ren 7. Oh, I was really hoping for a divide by 0, not a negate. That pretty much puts us out of tempo really badly. So they want to go ahead and foretell. I would think it's not Epiphany, because why wouldn't they just play the Epiphany up front? So, I actually have to be a little careful with the green here. We're running a little low on green. So let's drop the Innkeeper. Try to bait it. Don't think it's going to work much. So that we can play this Chariot. No chance this works, right? Gotta try. Versus, is it just absolutely mauls this deck? So we do get it. We get 2 life, as if the life matters. But, you know, hey, it is something. Let's tap you. For you, because we can't get any damage off. I don't know why the auto tap was telling me to get rid of the treasure token. That was a little weird. Anywho, we'll do all we can do. Pass turn. And Pandemonium. Okay, so they're going to get rid of the Hallbreaker Horror. I wish it was a Hallbreaker Horror. Do we want to grab green? We'll grab green. We'll balance the ticket a little bit. And we're going to go ahead and pass turn. It's funny because is it dominates our deck? The only thing we can really... Okay, let's see here. So they're going to go ahead and cast this and deals 2 damage to everybody. Yeah. I say that's pretty effective. Exile them all. Okay. Quite effective move there. Go ahead and give it to me. My turn. I want to go ahead and try and cast the Immorith. Why not? Why not? They've got 3 cards. I'm sure there's an answer in there. They don't. Okay, so now we have Ward 4. We can unblock... do we want to do this? We don't get any benefit other than just applying some pressure. And they could obviously bounce the Immorith, but why wouldn't they at first? Oh, that's hard. This is genuinely pretty hard. I think I'm going to do it. Give up the ward in order to swing for 4. In this matchup, we have to apply pressure. I'm sure they're going to Fading Hope it or something, but we have to apply pressure because the longer this goes... Fading Hope. Oh, Dragon's Fire? Are they going to reveal a strong dragon? Or do they just have 2? They have 2. Okay, so they have 2. And that's going to be it for the Immorith. At least they ate or you exhausted 2 resources. This Ashmouth has me shaking in my boots. I apologize. Alrighty. End turn. We will get a Cyclone Summoner next turn. Oh, that you just never like the foretell, you know? Swing. Crack my head open. My turn. The Sentinel doesn't do anything. That foretell has me shaking because can't be good, right? Let's go ahead and use up these because if this does resolve somehow, they're going away anyway, so it would be stupid not to. Cyclone Summoner. And they're gonna all go to the hand. It does resolve, so that's good. Demon Bolt. Okay. Ouchie. Do they have one more? One more. Oh, they do. They have the Spike Field Hazard. Oh, no. Alright. This is going back to our hand anyway. We're just doing that for funsies. So everything's going to go back to their hand. Drop the Sentinel. And the only thing they have left is this egg. So unless they get an Alrin, and they don't, so Smoldering Egg, we are officially in top deck mode. I think the chariot just isn't that great. We can dig deep here. I think we got to dig deep. They don't have an opportunity to counter. Let's dig deep. Come on, one time, give me a bomb. Hullbreaker Horror. There it is. Let's go ahead and get the Hullbreaker Horror and Ren and 7. There we go. We've got some serious firepower now. We gotta hope. No, nothing crazy. Wow, we take it. That's crazy. The Kraken for the win. So we're back here at the hideout with the post-game wrap, and as you can see here, I think our worst matchup, constructively speaking, has to be Izzet. Once they start getting the Alrund's Epiphany and everything, it's just too hard to creep back up, and we're not running counter spells, even though we are running blue, and it's just a little too hard to get back into the matchup once that happens. Aggro is pretty good. As long as we get the Cyclone Summoner, it just stops the aggro in there's tracks, as you could see, versus that mono green deck. That was really good. We dropped 2 summoners on them. That stopped them real quick. But other than that, you know, we get the Fading Hope, which was underutilized. We didn't face many creature decks, so the Hope was very underutilized. The Imrith did come in clutch a few times. That ward really goes a long way. And look at that art. Look at that. And the animation was so good. I love the Imrith so much. The card's basically a Blue Eyes White Dragon and Magic the Gathering. I mean, look at that thing. It's blue. It's a blue dragon, not a white dragon, but, you know, same difference. I had to throw the plug in there. But other than that, yeah, I mean, the Inscription of Insight, I was pretty pleased with it. We got to bounce 2 creatures for lethal with the Cyclone Summoner versus that Izzet matchup. And again, Izzet is absolutely the worst matchup for us. So other than that, that is about all I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed the content. Definitely make sure to be running some Hullbreaker Horror in your decks, because this card absolutely just takes over the game once it's out. If they don't get rid of it, it just takes over the game. It is great. So go ahead and just drop me a like. I think the button looks just like that. I could be wrong, but I think it looks just like that. It helps out the channel tremendously. Go ahead and subscribe, comment, tell me how ugly I am, whatever you got to do. But until that time, I will see you on the next adventure. ManaMan out.